With the $36,280 that it costs for the full 4 years in-state tuition for MTSU, you can buy a 2020 Ford Mustang with the high performance package with a couple grand left over. If cars aren't your thing, then you can go to Disney World and buy 332 standard day tickets. My topic is how student debt shouldn't exist. I'm qualified to speak on the subject because I'm currently a full-time student at a college in the US. My first main point is about discussing the student debt crisis in America. My second point is discussing the cause of the problem. The third and final point is about possible solutions. Let's get some background information on student debt. For my first main point, I'm going to discuss the student debt crisis in America. Student debt is a form of debt that is owed by an attending, formerly withdrawn, or graduated student to a lending institution or to a financial institution. In 2017 study by Timothy R. Ulbrich and Lauren M. Kirk about student debt in pharmaceutical students for the American Journal of Pharmaceutical Education, they found despite pharmacists making good money, they owe about over $100,000 in student loan debt. They found the average amount the students had borrowed had increased from $100,000 even to about $163,000 in 2017. They also found that the average cost of in-state tuition for pharmacy schools had nearly doubled from $14,000 to nearly $30,000, an increase of about $15,000 over the course of 8 years. But pharmacy majors aren't the only people who borrow a lot of money. According to a 2020 study by Adam Looney, David Wessel, and Khadija Yilla for Brookings Financial about who owes debt, they found about 75% of student loan borrowers took loans to go to 2 or 4 year programs, and the amount for over half of all outstanding loan debt counts for them. And student loan debt has also been the second largest debt Americans have, second to only mortgages. Now that we know who has it, let's find out why it's gotten so bad. My second point is about what causes student debt. It's the dream of people all over the world to attend college, but not a lot of people are aware about the different things you have to do to prepare for college or what to experience afterwards. Financial literacy is one of those problems. In a 2020 study by Nikolaos Arvantes and Samoy Kara for the European Journal of Finance, they found out that students that aren't financially literate had a hard time paying off their loans. They found that those students were more likely to underestimate their student loan payments. That hurts their ability to build credit and set up a system to pay their loans on a regular basis. Another cause for the rise of student loan debt was the increase in enrollment at private for-profit institutions. Private for-profit colleges are places that rely on tuition and school fees to cover all of the operating costs. That means schools like DeVry University, the University of Phoenix, etc. They make a profit whether those students graduate or not. In a 2015 text by Soo-Han Chu, Yilan Zhu, and Elizabeth Kiss about student loans, they found out that 48% of people who attend for-profit colleges deflated on their bank loans, meaning they failed to repay it. It affects those students who attended them at a much higher rate because the school's frequent inability to give consistent qualifications to their students. Now that we know what caused it, let's talk about how to fix it. My third and final point is about possible solutions. Student loan debt has steadily risen to over $1.5 trillion, so there aren't any solutions that can impact that at all. But there are ways to slow down us adding on to it. For example, one possible solution is to put safeguards in place to prevent students from signing up for loans that don't need or wouldn't use. In a 2020 program created by Keith Hansen and Tim Shaw to talk about different ways to solve the student debt crisis. one of those possible solutions was for states to create laws to protect students from predatory loan programs. They found that when Connecticut created their Student Loan Bill of Rights, it helped students to understand their loans and enroll in programs that fit them best. Another possible fit is to expand the access of four-year programs at community colleges. Community colleges are a proven way to allow students across multiple communities to have access to some college courses without the price tag. In 2019, Oregon signed a bill, Oregon SB 3, allowing community colleges to offer certain programs under certain conditions. The bill gave families who couldn't be able to afford the rising cost of traditional college a shot at getting a degree. In conclusion, we talked about why student debt shouldn't be a thing. I mentioned how it's been on a steady increase for 10 years and what students are affected the most, and who takes advantage of them, and possible solutions. A person's desire and willingness to put away 4 years of their life to obtain a degree shouldn't be stopped by the growing cost. As we move forward as a nation, we must find a way to get rid of student loans so we can give everyone an equal opportunity for a decent shot at life. Thank you.